What changes would you love to see happen in foster and orphan care systems? We kinda touched on some, but are there some
Mhm.
other areas?
So, like, in the Panhandle where I'm at, we
Mhm.
need about 100 more beds. Like I said, 10% of kids are staying in the same county that they're in.
Yeah.
Almost half of them, Region 1 is 41 counties of the Panhandle area.
Mhm.
So, almost half the kids that come into care in our region, they're not even staying in the same region. They're going to Houston or Dallas or San Antonio, something like that, because we just don't have the place for them. And that's honestly, that's the issue across the United States. There's over 400,000 kids in foster care in the entire United States, and, many of those kids end up having to go to, like, a group home or a shelter or a residential treatment center or something like that because there's nowhere for them to go,
Yeah.
and then they end up bouncing. So they can only stay in a shelter for 90 days. So they'll be in this shelter for 90 days, and then they go to another shelter for 90 days, and then another and every time that they go through a major move like that, it's a 6-month behavioral and developmental regression. They go backwards
Mhm.
6 months.
Yeah.
And so that is not that is not good for these
No.
kiddos. And so when they have to go from Amarillo to Houston, that's I mean, now the geography is not even
Yeah.
nothing is the same for
Right.
these
Yeah.
kiddos. So, and that, like I said, that's a problem across the US. I would love to see more families be open to considering adoption, right? That's
Yeah.
a big part. And then between half and two-thirds of the families that get certified to foster care, they quit within the first year. And the number one reason they cited in this national survey was that they didn't feel support from their community.
Mm.
So we gotta do a better job
Yeah,
of
absolutely.
once these families get licensed,
Yeah.
supporting them, encouraging them, you
Mhm.
know, start them up start a closet where you're at and say, "Hey,
Yeah.
I just wanna bring" maybe I wanna bring the dinner for
Mhm.
a week, that first week as they're going through all of this, right? Maybe they wanna start a resource closet where they're at and start bringing stuff to those kiddos as they're coming in. Oftentimes, I talked to a foster mom a couple weeks ago, and so the kiddo came to her home, and he had a trash bag full of stuff. And as they're pulling stuff out of the trash bag, dog feces is just coming out with it. They just threw everything away because
Yeah.
it was just all awful. And so, you know, maybe just bringing them a couple of outfits or
Mhm.
a teddy bear or something,
Yeah.
supporting the foster families as they're bringing these kiddos into their home. That's
Right.
super, super helpful. And another way to get involved is a court appointed special advocate, CASA workers. CASA workers are dedicated. They have one sibling group or one child that they're responsible for. Their job, they're all volunteers, but their
Mhm.
job is to speak up for that child in the courtroom. And so
Mhm.
they get to know that child. They get to go to the school and find out how they're doing in school and talk to the foster family and talk to the counselor and all these things.
Mhm.
And they get to know that one child of that sibling group really well. And
Yeah.
that gives them the authority to go speak in the courtroom to say, "Hey, this is how this child is doing,
Yeah. That's
and
amazing.
this is what they need
Yeah.
to help them be successful." That's a very, very important role,
Mhm.
and I will guarantee you, anywhere you're at, there are not enough CASAs, and so, um, that's a great way to get involved. There's so many
Mhm.
ways to get involved. Just Google,
Yeah.
how can I support foster families in my area?" And I guarantee you something's gonna come up.